A lot of excitement over this announcement this weekend, the return of McRib. And so I want to bring in Alan Klein, who is the creator of McRib Locator, McRibLocator.com. Alan, we appreciate you joining us here on Fox 35 News Plus this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
So exciting news for folks to hear the return of McRib coming back this week a little bit earlier than normal.
Yeah, this year we've been fortunate. We've had it come in November 11th as the official kickoff for participating locations this year. Sometimes we see it a little bit later in December. So this is a nice treat to get it kicked off here with past election season starting up, finishing up, I guess, with the votes, and you can go get a McRib afterward.
What do you think it is about the McRib that has such a that has kind of led it to get this cult following, if you will? Why do you think it's something that people really anticipate and look forward to?
There are a lot of things that go into what it is about the McRib that people like. I think a lot of it is nostalgia. There's also the part of it's gone, it's back, when's it coming back? And they did a really good job promoting it back in earlier years where it's like, maybe it's gone forever. So that got people really excited, like, okay, well, I gotta go try it because I don't want to miss it, or I don't want to ever have this experience where I can't find it anymore. So people get super excited when it comes back because they get those memories of maybe in their youth or maybe some other experiences that help bring that back to the front.
Alan, you created a McRib locator that's on McRibLocator.com. We're going to pull that up here so people can see it. Talk to us about the backstory here and what made you create this website where people can report sightings of McRib on the menu.
Yeah, so this was kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing back in the day. When I came up with this, I was a meteorologist at the time, and I was thinking about a concept of let's go do storm chasing and be able to find our peers that are out chasing. But then at the particular time, the McRib was back. Yeah. But we're like, wait a minute, we can't get it here in Minnesota. Where can I go to get it? So it pivoted to this idea of instead of chasing storms, now I'm chasing McRibs. So the idea was conceptualized from that. And the best way to do it is with crowdsourcing, right? Because I can't call every single store in the country. So I was like, let's use crowdsourcing to try to help each other find the McRib. So fans of the McRib can go out and say, here's where I found it. Here's where you can find it too. And that becomes much more interesting when you get into parts of like the Northeast of the United States where they don't get the McRib very often. So for those fans, are like, where can I go to get one? And now they have a place they can go and look.
And it's really taken off. I mean, this is a look at the sightings here. We're showing folks the McRib locator map right now. Did you expect this response and seeing this many people reporting sightings? I mean, when you go to the homepage, you can see the latest sighting, and they just continue to come in.
Right. Yeah. It's something that when I originally started it, I was like, this would be really cool if it takes off. And then slowly over time, the population of people using it has grown and grown and grown to a point now where it's like, it's super exciting. Like, I love interacting with the other McRib fans because we get together and we kind of share these common things. Like, I really like this. Or in fact, the McRib being a global product, when we go into other markets, we see it offered in different variations of the McRib. So even that's exciting because people start talking about like, hey, would I try that version? Or no, I'd rather just stay with the original.
So what do we know about the McRib's return right now? We know it's back on menus. How long can we expect it? What do we know about its return to the menu right now?
Yeah, right now we know it started November 11th was the nationwide kickoff, if you will. We had some soft launches before that as people got their places spun up and ready to go. And what we typically see is maybe 3 to 4 weeks where the McRib will be on the menu. Sometimes it goes longer, but most of the time it's more in these later releases that we've had the last few years. It's been somewhere between 3 to 6 weeks.
But you were saying its availability kind of differs depending on where you are in the country. Why is that?
Part of that is what McDonald's has always promoted is if you want to have the McRib, let your local store manager know. So then they can feed that up into their groups and say, hey, we should offer the McRib. So I know like in New York City, for instance, there's a couple store owners there. They would love to have the McRib every year. However, they work collectively with another group of McDonald's locations. And as a whole, they say, maybe not this year. So it's really important if you want the McRib back to let your local store manager know.
All right. So what is your favorite part about the McRib, Alan? I got to get your personal take here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those things like as a as a fan of pork products in general, I grew up on a hog farm in South Dakota. Like, there's a whole story for me of taking pigs to market, having them make rib afterward. And for me, like that nostalgia is really what kicks it in for me. But I also like the fact that for the longest time, as in terms of a pork product, having the barbecue on there, having the pickles on there, the onion, all that together really had this nice taste. And you couldn't find anything quite like it in the market at the time when it first came out. Nowadays, there's a few other companies that have tried to come up with something sort of some idea, but not always quite exactly as well executed.
Why doesn't McDonald's make it a permanent item if there is this following for it, or is that part of it?
I really think that is part of it. It's one of those things like they did try to run it for like a whole year round, and they found it just didn't sell as well when it was on that full year round basis. So what they found was if we do these more limited releases, we can make sure that we have enough people consuming it that we can keep producing it.
So your message to McRib fans out there, go get the McRib because you don't necessarily know when they're going to run out or when they might get it again.
That's absolutely correct. We've had years where it's been very, very limited. This year's kind of one of those hybrids where most of the country's getting it. Like I said, New England states, no. Looks like Nevada, no. And other parts of the Southwest, no. But as a whole, it seems like we're doing pretty well. We haven't heard from Alaska or Hawaii yet, but time will tell.
Time will tell, and you know what else will tell is the McRib locator, McRibLocator.com. We'll pull up that map here because we do still have a lot of sightings here in Florida. So I know I went to the one in one of the McDonald's in Sanford last night. I have not reported it, Alan. I'm sorry. I'll have to get on and report a sighting there. But we have seen it quite a bit here in our area, so that is good news. Alan Klein, the founder of McRib Locator, we really appreciate you joining us. It's been fun talking to you, and really appreciate you taking the time here on Fox 35 News Plus today.
Well, it was great talking with you.